Hello, welcome to the TV room. David Bradley here, where I'm exploring whether a data set will work nicely with this 4032. Ooh, and here we have some tape things. And I thought maybe these was for the Vic 20, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they're PET tapes. Cursor was a very old thing that started. Oh, I can't even get the thing out of here. Oh my. Whoa. It's been in there a long time. Okay, so here we have a tape. It says on it, cover 29, Pong, clone, drone, contact crypto. So, I guess I'll turn the PET on, eject, and this tape looks like it needs to be rewound. So we are rewinding. I wonder if the rewinding before, and it's very possible, rewinding with the other tape that I was tinkering on, I wonder if it came to an end with such an abruptness that it ripped the leader off. I suspect that's probably what happened. I would suspect. Anyway, if this PET will not work with a tape drive, then that probably means that one of the two matching chips in there that handle input and output are defective. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to eject this. I'm going to just have a look at where we're at. We're getting pretty close. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to press, hello. I'm going to press play for the last little bit so it doesn't come to a jarring stop, which may in fact rip the I don't want to rip the end of the tape off. So this does take longer. It does. And why is everything so slow? Anyway, we will see. So here's one of the reasons in troubleshooting you don't like to change more than one thing. So here we have a PET. Does it work with a data set? I don't know. It's funny that when I put in load something, it doesn't let me break out of it. That is disturbing, but I'll see about that. Now we have a data set. Does the data set work? Well, I don't know. I've not tested it before. So I've got many things that I'm not sure of. So if it doesn't work with this machine, is it because the machine isn't working or because the data set isn't working? And just because the data set is spinning, who knows? So this is getting to the end of the tape. It is. It is indeed. Indeed. And then, of course, I will flip the tape over, because then it will be completely rewound. Aha, there it is. So we eject. And see here, this one is also easy to see. There's the leader. It's the yellow stuff there. It's not, it doesn't record stuff. That's why when we often recorded programs, we did so. We would often advance the tape with a Bic pen to get it off the leader to make sure it didn't try and save stuff on the leader. So now I have typed in load, and this I believe is a PET tape, and there is a good chance that there is good stuff on there. But does the data set work? I don't know. But you would think that after a reasonable amount of time, and I don't know even what that means, that it would come up and say, found loading. But if there's something wrong with the PET, um, then that is, and chances are right now if I press run stop, it's not going to. So I have a feeling something else is amiss, I think. Because it should let me break out of the load, and it's not. Which means it's probably in some state of something, and it's never going to come out. Which could mean more surgery. I guess what I kind of need to do is once again, have a PET that I know is working with a tape drive that I know will load programs, and then, have a data set that I know works. You're dealing with multiple variables, which is something that happens in programming at times. This is frustrating. Well, once again, we're dealing with unknowns, so I'm going to unplug that data set. I don't think this is going to make any difference at all. I'll plug in the other one. Turn it on. Give it a moment. Oh, right. That makes sense. When you push on the controls of the data set that is no longer plugged in, it will not function. So we'll rewind. And then type in load quote easy Butterfield. I don't believe it's going to make any difference because I still believe that as it's searching for Butterfield, it's not going to find anything because right now I can't even stop this, which I should be able to do. So there may be more wrong with this machine that meets the eye. And the sad thing is, what I remember from peeking inside, let's peek inside, most of the chips, and indeed the ones we're probably interested in, are not socketed. I did clean the board, the contacts on the Datasette thing with an eraser. I did. I did indeed. There. But this should stop. But it doesn't stop. And could it have something to do with the RAM that doesn't work? I don't know. I just don't know. It's all very mysterious. All very mysterious. Well, I think I'm just going to let this sit here. And I think what I will do is I will take this bunch of tapes and go downstairs and turn on the stereo and turn on the tape deck and then see what I can hear. Because that will help me know that the tapes are still okay and not corrupted. It will. Anyway, I think there will be many more things to check out. But the keyboard works. That's a good thing. The keyboard works. So I think I'll just leave this searching for butterfield and go downstairs and test some tape things. So let's go. See you again soon. Bye for now.